Hey there, welcome to the Hot Slice podcast with Pizza Today. I am executive editor Denise Greer, and I'm rocking solo today. But we have a great guest that's going to talk all about their business and all about having a bakery, pizzeria, restaurant, all kinds of good stuff. So on the podcast today, we have Steve Carcarey from Collegeville Italian Bakery, Pizzeria Napoletana. Hey, Steve, how are you doing today?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm well. If it doesn't thunder on this podcast, we will be good.
That's all right. Little noise isn't going to hurt. We're good. We're
No,
good. We're
in
going to make noise, you and I. We're going to make noise here.
and in the pizza business, y'all are used to noise. Y'all are used to a lot of
Exactly,
noise,
right?
right?
You want noise. If there's no noise, you're not doing business.
Yeah, that's great. So we had some conversations on Instagram, and y'all know I love to have conversations with different people on our social channels. So you and I were talking about, you had commented on an ice cream story we did, and
Yes.
you had commented on the fact that, though you have bakery in your title, you're so much more than that. So let's talk a little bit about Collegeville Italian Bakery and what y'all do there.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. Our slogan, we're more than a bakery. Um, Started 28 years ago, and
Mm-hmm.
it was just a bakery.
Oh, wow.
But for my wife, who is the boss, Patrizia, she's the boss here and at home. But
Mhm.
we had to see the future, and it was just a small bakery, but it was our building where we're at now. It was divided into three different stores. It was bakery, it was like enterprise rental car that was in the middle, and there was a shop that kept changing hands. And for us to see the future, enterprise rental car was too small for them, but it would be
Mhm.
perfect for us to have a dining area because people
Yeah.
would come in, eat in their car, eat on their hood of their car, or just take home. But we thought for the future, for us to be successful, we needed dining, we needed seats. That's
Mhm.
where it is, seats. And we were fortunate they moved out, and we purchased that building, and we put in a brand new, about almost 85 seat dining room.
Oh, wow. That's a big dining room to go to.
Yeah. So we're able to hold different functions, and it's been very successful since 2013 when we first opened the dining room. um, and then the next step we did was a pizzeria, because the next building they went out of business, so it left that availability for us. So we're like, wow, that's a big investment. People say, are you crazy? There's so many pizzerias, why would you open a pizzeria? Because we want to be something different, but the only
Uh-huh.
thing we knew about pizza was eating it.
Yeah. So how did you
but for
how did you learn how to make it?
So for us to make this investment, we learned from the best guy in the world, Tony
Uh-huh.
Gemignon.
Okay, you
And
went to Tony school.
I went to Tony's school, but I told Tony, I said, I'm going to be a thorn on your side because I'm not coming from Collegeville to California just to sit there, you know, in a hotel room. I want more out of this school.
Mm-hmm.
And I was fortunate. I mean, it was Tony did not just sign off on it. It wasn't just
Yeah.
the school signed his name on and here you go. Uh, you did your work, and what
Yeah.
I did, I embraced it because it wasn't about pride. I knew going in there, I knew nothing about pizza, but for us to be successful here at the business, I wanted to learn from him. I wanted to sponge from him, and I'll be honest with you, it's the best investment we've ever made because to this day, I can pick up the phone or shoot a text. Hey, Tony, something's not right here. Or what should I do? Or Tony, hey, Tony, what do you think of this pie? What do you think?
Yeah.
So it's a great relationship that we built with Tony. But after the classes, I would go to his restaurants and learn from his employees, sponge
Oh, wow.
information, and write notes and watch and take videos and just trying to get as much as I possibly could during that time so I can bring back to Collegeville and bring it here. But that was one of the biggest factors was trying to teach a pizza guy who's made pizza for 20 plus years. We're going to change the way you do it, and we're going to do it this way now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's successful. They embraced the new way that we do things. So that's how it evolved. But old school bakeries are no longer a thing. When you're at a supermarket, you're going to grab a loaf of bread. You're going to grab a bag of macaroni. You're going to grab some rolls. We
Mm-hmm.
have that here still as a convenience, but we have seating in that area too. So it's a
Mm-hmm.
convenience. If you want those items, we still have them. But the future was seating. The future was family of 4, tables of 6, tables of 10. And that's the future. And the catering, that's where we want it.
Mhm. I got you. So what was the transition like, going from being a just traditional bakery to having a full service restaurant with a full menu? How did that translate today?
It's like anything in life. I think people are afraid to fail,
Mhm.
and that's the way you learn. And we took a chance. We took 2 big chances, building a dining room and building a pizzeria where we gutted this whole place. You
Mhm.
know, we probably have the 2 best ovens in the world. We have a wood fired oven, Johnny at Punto, and then we have the Rotoflex that we just recently brought in, and that's basically a volume oven. And
Mhm.
I think that should speak volumes itself, that the volumes that we're doing here, with people don't realize it's only been 8 years
Mhm.
that we've been in pizza, is 8 years.
Yeah.
Uh, it's crazy. We're blessed. But I think with the wood fired oven, and we go old school, new school. So, and I always try to explain to people, when you get something out of a wood fired oven, eat it here.
Yeah.
From 800, 900 degrees to your table is absolutely delicious. But you put that in a box, you take home, it's not meant to be. It's not the same. And
Yeah.
then the new world, we do a different style that Tony taught us. We do a cracker thin crust,
Okay.
and it's something different because we didn't want to be like everybody else. We went and got in a car and went to 8 different pizzerias around here. It's all the same. No disrespect, but we
Mhm.
wanted something different
Yeah.
to bring to this community.
So when you developed this cracker thin crust, what were you looking for to be able to do with this crust, and kind of how did you come up with the formula that you ultimately used?
Because Tony has like 80 ovens in his building and
Oh yeah.
so many styles. And that was my goal, was where I just didn't want to bring just that back. We brought the Detroit style back. We brought the cracker thin crust back.
Yeah.
It just, I guess that's my whole world. The way I live now is I want to be different
Hmm.
and bring it. I just wanted to bring that different, where I just fell in love with it. It's I guess it's big in St. Louis, the cracker
Hmm.
thin too. Chicago does it too.
Yeah.
With
A lot of
with the,
Midwest loves cracker
yeah,
thin.
and they use that tavern cut on it,
Hmm.
which Tony taught me.
Yeah.
Basically, it just comes down to being different, you know.
Yeah.
Um, and it's great. I think it comes out of that oven and you get that crunch. I think it's great. I really do. And the Detroit was huge, and that's
Yeah.
another I wanted to bring. And you know what's funny? It took off at COVID for whatever reason. We have
Huh.
no idea. Whatever. I mean, it's been on our menu since day one, 8 years ago. But when
Wow.
COVID hit, it just jumped. And you're talking, we do hundreds and hundreds of Detroits a day. And for whatever reason, I have no idea. But again, you're not getting it anywhere else. And that was our goal. Something
Yeah.
different. Yeah.
Well, and Detroit, it takeaway as well. The carry out of Detroit is really good.
It's
But
fantastic.
yeah, so you were an early adapter to Detroit. Like 8 years ago, like that's, I would say probably 5 years ago was when we really saw
Yeah.
it moving across the country. People didn't know what Detroit was, and then people in Detroit were like, this isn't Detroit style pizza. This is just pizza. This is all we know.
It will get to me. And I tell people, and I always look too when people say, "Oh, Detroit pizza." If it doesn't have brick cheese, it's not a Detroit pizza. And
Okay.
people, and I'm a firm believer. And if you're not washing it down with a Verner's ginger, it's not Detroit.
I
And
got you.
we're so blessed that, and we serve that here.
Yeah.
But and it's one of the things Tony installed in me was brick cheese.
Yeah.
A Detroit without brick cheese, it's not a Detroit pizza.
What does
It's
brick cheese, what does brick cheese? Because I know people that will substitute like a white cheddar or some other variety.
well,
But
white
what
cheddar.
does brick do?
White cheddar should be your outside of it. That should
Mhm.
be the outside of your Detroit pizza. the
Okay.
way I was taught by Tony. But the brick cheese is your topping cheese.
Hmm.
Sauce. It's got a nice little bite to it. Of course, it's from Wisconsin, like every other cheese, but
Hmm.
it's known for Detroit brick cheese. It's very hard to get, too, to be honest with
Yeah.
you. It's
Yeah.
very hard to get, yeah.
Now, tell
But
me about okay, so you have all these different pizza styles and you have the bakery element and you have a kind of a full menu. What, you know, tell me about like your market, like how, what is Collegeville like and how are you able to, adapt to those things on your menu?
do you ever go to Disney World?
Yeah, sure.
After a ride, what happens?
Do what?
You you get off the ride in Disney. Where do you go through?
I don't know what you mean.
A gift shop.
Oh yeah, 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 absolutely.
Go to the gift shop. They force you to the gift shop. Guess what? That's how we built this here.
Okay.
So after you go through our dining room, you eat. You could have went through Enterprise's front door, but we blocked that off on purpose. So
Okay.
now if you go left, you're going through the cakes, cookies, pastries. If you go right, ice cream, water ice, Nutella bar, Dole Whip bar,
That's pretty smart.
hot waffles, and ice cream. So we're funneling you to the left or right, either way. But
Okay.
the goal is to, if I got you here for dinner, for lunch, whatever, it's all about impulse. Getting that milkshake, getting that scoop of ice cream, getting a scoop of water ice,
Okay.
going to the Nutella bar, getting something from the Nutella bar, getting a 6-pack of the ice cream sandwiches that you saw. It's, and that's our thing is where, we're never satisfied, but,
Hmm.
I think if we get all the opportunities, the customer comes in and says, oh, you do this, you do that. But the market in college was really different, especially during the school year, because we have Ursinus College, which
Hmm.
is, they're very good to us. And they're very, they're local.
Yeah.
The kids are here all the time. The sports teams are here all the time. The opposing teams are here all the time, which is a pretty good business for us
Hmm.
in Collegeville. But you think about it, kids, acai bowls, kids, milkshakes, it all works. So if you're
Yeah, it
coming in
does.
family, and you're getting dinner for 4 or dinner for 6, and everybody's getting a milkshake, think about it, $10, $10, $10, $10. It adds
Yeah.
up. So you don't have to go to the, ice cream parlor or the water ice stand. I think one of the biggest mistakes restaurants do is put napkins on a table.
Mhm. Why is that?
Because you're not going to get up.
Yeah.
But we put our napkins in central locations where we force you up to get napkins. So our napkin
Huh.
dispensers at the water ice, napkin
Okay.
dispenser is at the Nutella bar, napkin dispensers were the the meatballs, the sausage, peppers, and onions, the roast beef, the pork. So we're
Hmm.
forcing you up to say, Mom, especially if you say, hey, honey, can you go get mommy some napkins? Mommy, look, they got water ice. Mom, look, they got ice cream. Mom, they got Nutella bar. They got Dole Whip. But if I put napkin, nobody's getting up. The only
Yeah.
menu on our table is our dessert menu. And
Oh,
it's there
wow.
for, because again, if you're there, 90% of chance you're going to get dessert at the bakery, not, go out and somewhere else and get it. You're going to just get it through us, which
Yeah.
is what we want. We want that impulse sale.
That's awesome. And how much would you say that impulse sales is of your total sales? Like what percentage do you think
Oh,
that
it's
you're coming
big.
in at?
I think it's big because I always look at it and say, wow, okay, he's leaving with a milkshake. They're leaving with a pound cake. They're leaving with cookies. Oh, he's got
Hmm.
water. Person leaving with 4 milkshakes.
Yeah.
That, that's all extra because, you came in, we do donuts on Saturdays and Sundays, mini donuts. Again,
Hmm.
something different. But the way we do it is a donut shop only has a 3-hour window, 7 to 10, maybe 11. You're
Hmm.
going to buy something, maybe. But the way we do our donuts is they're already pre-packed in the packs of 25, beautiful
Hmm.
trays, boxes. But we put a table in the middle of our counter. So we have 2 aisles, one register and the other aisle. But we have that long table with all the beautiful donuts in the middle. So
Hmm.
if you for a pie, a pizza, a sandwich, and you're at the register getting ready to check out, you say, "Oh, these look good." Impulse, bang, get a box of
Yeah.
donuts. 25. So we're selling donuts all the way till 9 o'clock at night.
Oh, wow. That's great.
But that's where it's at. Was we put that table there for a reason. We separate the aisles where there's 2 register and put all them desserts right there on the table. hopefully getting that thing, because now we have a longer window, but people are trying to get desserts rather than a
Mhm.
3 hour donut shop. And you think about, we sell thousands and thousands of donuts here. For you to come in and buy a slice of pizza or a sandwich, and you're going to pick up, a $19 or $18 box of donuts.
Yeah.
Which
Wow.
is,
That's awesome. Now you had said one of the reasons why you wanted to build onto your business too was the catering component.
yeah.
Now that we're back in full swing and catering they said, I've heard that catering levels are actually up higher than they were in like 2018, even 2019. What are you seeing with your catering?
I love graduation season. We're in the midst of graduation season, and if you were here, you would see it's where it's at.
Yeah.
That's where catering is, where it is at. Especially functions. Families don't want to cook; they want to enjoy the event.
Hmm.
Well, they pay more. Sure, they're going to pay more, but you cooking and then you trying to enjoy your company, you try to enjoy the events. It's not going to happen. You're too
Hmm.
stressed out, you're too worried, you're too tired. But
Yeah.
that's the avenue we wanted to hit, was catering.
Yeah.
There's times that, we'll go to a car, we'll bring the stuff to a car, help, load up the car. And then we walk to the car and they say, "Oh, I'm kind of embarrassed." I said, "Well, why? What's the matter?" They said, "Oh, we open up the trunk and there's an item from a different bakery there." I said,
Yeah.
"Well, why am I embarrassed? You just gave me $850 worth of catering. They can have that $20 item.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
we just won.
Yeah.
We won. But that's where it's at. It's just um, we focused on catering. We focused on tables of 4, tables of 10. When we had our deli, our bakery, it was full of all kinds of items and sauces and dry pasta. But we utilized our area space to a different, where we just added 20 more seats.
Hmm.
Every seat dollars. But we still put all the stuff. We outlined our building with all the goods, so it's all still there, but we just rearranged so we can incorporate 20 more seats, because people would come here and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, there's no more seats left. There's no more seats." But we
Yeah.
incorporated 20 more seats at the bakery
Oh,
and the
that's
deli.
great.
Performance Food Service is proud to deliver high-quality products, innovative technology, and custom operational solutions to restaurants of all sizes across the country. The flagship division of Performance Food Group, with deep roots in the restaurant industry, Performance Food Service has been the exclusive distributor of the Roma family of brands for more than 65 years. This signature relationship has allowed Performance Food Service to become a leader in the pizza and Italian segment of food service nationwide.
With extraordinary pizza cheese comes extraordinary rewards. Only Baccio Exceptional Italian Pizza Cheese offers the Gold Club Rewards program with monthly cash back on every cheese purchase. Members also receive funds twice a year to use in their exclusive marketing store. It's their way of saying grazie to customers. Schedule a demonstration at bacciocheese.com/hotslice and discover how rewarding Baccio Exceptional Italian Pizza Cheese can be. Pizza is your legacy. Build it with Baccio.
Looking to grow your pizzeria or restaurant? Then you'll want to try the power of a cloud-based POS system. With Hunger Rush, you'll get everything you need. This fully integrated restaurant management system allows you to easily streamline operations, accelerate the delivery process, and grow your business through Hunger Rush 360 marketing. And it's so easy to use. Want AI-powered text ordering? It's built in. Need to track orders? No problem. Schedule a personalized demo at hungerrush.com today.
Yeah.
That's great. Now, actually, we're actually seeing pizzerias add bakery elements to their pizza shops. What advice do you have for them about, the bakery component of a business?
You know what? It's funny. I just talked to one of my reps yesterday, and I think the supermarkets and the chains are trying to take over the mom and pop shops. You
Hmm.
know, there's nothing like coming to a mom and pop bakery and getting a fresh cookie, a fresh pastry. There's just nothing like it. But
Yeah.
like you and I talked about earlier, unfortunately, it's not the same anymore. Because the supermarkets, the convenience of you going to the supermarket, you're just going to grab rolls, you're going to grab a pastry, you'll grab Cinnabons there, or whatever the case may be. Um, it's tough,
Yeah.
especially with the rolls and the breads and the stuff like that is like people are watching what they're eating. But we're just blessed to have that as the original. But
Mm-hmm.
we knew for us to succeed, it had to be more than just a bakery.
Yeah, I got you. Well, we're in the height of summertime, so I can't help but think about all those ice desserts that you have. What's hot right now? Like, what is everybody gravitating towards as far as your some of your frozen desserts?
Wow. I would say, well, there's a lot. There's so much to choose from. I would say our ice cream cakes are a hit.
Oh, ice cream
And
cake, yum.
one of the reasons why, and again, I don't have no competition with that.
Yeah.
So our pizza guy who makes them is fantastic. He does a great job, and it really does. And if you see all the ones we do, we're bringing childhood memories back and
Yeah.
just doing things. And then we said, okay, we're going to do ice cream sandwiches. But the way we do that is
Yeah.
it's a convenience where we have a freezer as you saw, and you
Mm-hmm.
come in, and that's our version of a 6-pack. That's our
Yeah.
come in, but it's impulse. You come in, and say, hey, you know what? Let me grab a 6-pack for home. Hey, let me
Yeah.
grab 2. It's
Yeah.
crazy how many times we got to keep refilling that.
You should
But
talk about your ice cream sandwiches, because those are actually really amazing that you do the 6 packs and they're all
yeah,
different flavors and they're just ready to go in the case, correct?
well, because it's I think it's convenience. It's almost like
Mm-hmm.
when we just to go back on the donuts.
Mm-hmm.
We have them in a beautiful display box, window box. People can see what they are, and they look at them and say, okay, anybody can make a donut, but the way our donut squad makes them, beautiful. And we
Mm-hmm.
always have different themes on how we do whatever theme is. This week could be 4th of July,
Yeah.
red, white, blue donuts. But the ice cream sandwiches, we had a chip rack there, and
Yeah.
I said to myself, this is a waste of my time. What am I making? I'm making nothing off this chip rack. Nothing. It's a convenience for a customer, but I mean, we're here to make money, bottom line.
Yeah.
But what's this chip rack? It's not doing nothing for me. So I told
Mm-hmm.
the chip rack next time I saw him, I said, here, we're going to take this out of here, and I want a vertical one. It's a smaller one, but it's vertical.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said, we're going to get a cooler. We're going to make ice cream sandwiches, different flavors, different styles,
Yeah.
and it just people can see that. Mom, can I get this? Even the adults go over there and they'll grab a 6-pack for home,
Uh,
and it worked. It just again, it's something different that you can take out of here as an impulse buy, and it works.
that's awesome. Now, the one thing I'll ask you is, as far as marketing goes, what are you doing anything special with labeling? Because you do have all these take-home items, and it's perfect opportunity to market to them for later. Are you using those as kind of marketing opportunities?
Oh, without doubt. I mean, that's our biggest thing. If anybody follows us, and if you don't follow us, please follow us um, with Collegeville Bakery. I think that's the biggest thing is marketing.
Mm-hmm.
As crazy as it sounds, and I use this analogy, in Pennsylvania here, you get out of your car, you pump your gas. In New Jersey, they pump your gas for you.
Yeah.
I don't wait for customers to come here. We attack. And if you're not using social media, print marketing, social media, uh, you can't wait for people to come at you. You got to go attack them. And I think I don't understand why they don't, but they
Mm-hmm.
should. And we're very successful in the social media. Actually, we just entered the TikTok market,
Oh,
which is
wow.
we
How's
just got a
TikTok
hit.
going for you?
Well, our last hit was 339,000 views
Wow.
of one of our posts. So again, that's a market we never even touched. And 339 later, people are seeing Collegeville Bakery.
Yeah.
But it's everything we do from like a thing that gets me to is a pizzeria don't have your name on your box. That's the biggest free marketing advertise. And I
Yes,
don't
exactly.
understand why pizzerias don't put your name on your box. I don't understand it. It's worth the investment, but I don't know why people don't do that, because you go to a party or you're taking it to a roller skating rink or a kid's birthday party. Oh, where'd you get the pizza? There's no name on it.
Mm-hmm.
Collegeville Bake, you put your name on it, but we use our box. It's a little different because I don't understand. Like on the box, it says, little check mark says pepperoni,
Yeah.
mushroom. Nobody uses that. Nobody uses that.
No.
I told my pizza guy, the box company, I don't want that. So all four corners is our social media outlets on all of them. Again, it's free advertising, you know. You know, if you like it, why not follow us? It's just little things like that we use for our marketing, with the social media.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'll close out on this question. Okay. You know, you've been around for a long time. You know, so what are you thinking about moving forward? Like what's on your mind in the next couple of years?
You know what? We're never satisfied. You
I
know,
like
we're
that.
never satisfied, and we're not afraid to fail. And I think business owners, I think they have blinders, and I think they're afraid to fail. That's the only way you learn. Guess what? If a product doesn't work, a pizza doesn't work, okay, guess what? You tried. We did a sandwich, and 25,000 sandwiches later, we do a sandwich called Bangin' Cutlet, and nobody is doing that volume. It came from, you know, like a pasta where, like, I like my pasta with a rosé sauce, and I like cutlet mixed in. And a light bulb went on. I said, wait a minute, this could be a sandwich. So we made a sandwich. The first bite was, this is banging. So that's what we call it, the Bangin' Cutlet. 25,000 sandwiches later, that's where that sandwich came from. Just taking a chance. But that's what it's about. Because I think you live with these blinders on, and you're afraid to make a move, and you want to know why you're not busy, or why you're not successful. I think all the successful people have failed more times than they were successful. But you take that one shot, it could lead to be could be successful, because we're all in it together.
Yeah.
We're all in it together. We're all here to make money. But I think it's got to be more than just pizza, or just more than just sandwiches. It's, we're trying to capitalize the whole entire family when they come here. The whole, customer, not just one item, where it's basically a one-stop shop. That's what we do here.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show today and talking about the business. Man, I had so many nuggets pop into my head from things that you've said. So, but we're going to keep an eye on you and see how you guys, what new innovative things you come up with, and definitely follow Collegeville Italian Bakery on. Especially, I like your Instagram is really cool. You guys are always doing great things.
I give credit to my daughter for that. She does a fantastic job. And again, it's fresh. It's always fresh content. It's and I think one of the biggest things too, if you do follow us, you're going to see a lot of community things. And people say, why? And I said, well, without the community, we wouldn't be here. And it's just that simple. Because people don't care. Like, we have a huge marquee outside, and you'll see a lot of our social media with a picture of our sign.
Oh yeah.
And you won't see a lot of it saying, like, 2 pizzas and a bottle, and a 2-liter bottle. So you won't see that. Our motto is product doesn't discount, but nobody cares about that on your sign. But they do care about us recognizing somebody else, or your daughter who just won something, or your son who just did something, or somebody's getting married, or unfortunately somebody that passed away. We're recognizing and honoring them, and that's what we try to do with our sign, rather than just don't get me wrong, if we're debuting something, sure, but it's hardly ever about us. It's more about the community, and we call it a community board rather than a sign.
Oh, I love that. That's great. Yeah. Your community board is really awesome on there. I enjoy watching. I enjoy looking at the different posts and how you pose it. So,
our favorite sign, which is going to come in a couple of weeks, is a family business deserves a family vacation.
There you go.
That's our favorite sign we put up.
And you're going on vacation, correct? You're gonna.
Yeah, we closed. We're fortunate. We closed the first 2 weeks in August.
Oh, great! Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
enjoy your vacation. You well deserved. You guys work hard. You should definitely have a vacation.
Thank you. But I am truly humbled that you guys thought of us, and you took the time, and we're very, very appreciative here in Collegeville. Believe me.
Well, that is awesome. Well, you have a great day, and we'll see you. We'll see you around the way.
All right. Be safe.
All right. You too. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.